base. The positioning is not terrible to defend against Colossus as long as you're in position. At least that's the way I feel.
Yeah.
Maybe more Protoss players will disagree with me. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. In the bottom position on merry-go-round, it is the red Protoss CJ herO.
And his opponent spawning up in the top left-hand corner, you got Yo Flash Wolf San.
Yeah. So it is 1-1, guys. This is a best of 3. It is a loser's bracket. One of these guys was going to face the winner of Party and Classic. I'll just say that because I'm not sure who actually won. And then the winner of that is actually qualified. So we're in the home stretch, and so are these guys. And I gotta say, herO had a lot of moments that last game where it was just like, you're gonna lose. No, you're not gonna lose. Okay, you're fine. And then he actually won out in the end. So really impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Really clawing his way back. Don't think we're gonna be seeing anything. Well, at least not a proxy gateway, but we could definitely see some proxies elsewhere.
Yeah, really interesting to think about actually how that game started and still went into somewhat of a macro game. Like you think about herO opened up with the proxy gateway, which isn't like, it's not like as committal as like going proxy 2 gate, oh man, I hope this kills you, or I am absolutely screwed. He went for a proxy gateway, did almost no damage whatsoever, but yeah, was able to bring it out and then got up like a big Colossus army, was able to win. So very interesting the way that that game played out, but we'll see how this plays out when herO decides not to go for any kind of proxy shenanigans. But you did see the PvP earlier today, right? I think you mentioned that you saw herO play versus Classic, so... was there anything like... Right? No, am I totally wrong on that?
No, yeah, right.
Okay, yeah, I was just wondering, like, was there anything kind of specific about how he played in that series? Because I guess my, like, breadth of information on how herO's playing PvP today is one game that he proxied on.
Yeah, right. No, he did proxy. No, wait a minute. He went for a build that went into a Stargate and classic proxy DTs. And I was like, well, you know, herO will be okay. And that was it was pretty much 2 abrupt endings that were not actually that weird of games as far as PvP goes, because sometimes PvP can get really weird. So that's why I actually did not have high hopes for herO. It kind of looked like, you know, you see all these really great players, only some of them can make it. Maybe herO was going to be the one that was like, oh, I really expected him to get far, but he dropped out. And then he just pushed back, you know. He did win against Parting, and I forgot about that, but, you know, the last couple of series that we cast of him, he's just, you know, it's been a little like, you know, not exactly like 100% sure, like, oh, herO's got this totally, but it's been like, okay, you still got, like, strength in you, I believe in you.
Yeah. Still has a little bit of fight in him. Well, we'll see how it actually ends up playing out. We already have a sentry out for herO, so probably going to be a little bit more committed to the defense. Getting that early sentry is also nice with hallucinations, but on the other side, San going for the stalker.
He's getting a fairly fast Twilight Council. This could still be for Blink. I just feel like you usually see the 20 Gateway and then the Twilight Council. Slightly different builds though, I mean different things, so I actually maybe just be Blink with the 3 Gateways put down, we'll see. And another Stargate opener from herO. He likes Stargate today, doesn't he?
Yeah, and you know what? I can't even hate him because herO's Oracle control really makes me happy. Because I'm still so sad sometimes. Oh, actually, Mothership Core harassment actually gets a kill. That was actually a little bit surprising.
Yeah, and a scout. Oh. And if she gets out of there alive without having a recall, that'd be great too.
What? Wow,
Bye-bye.
That's a really nice win. But at the same time, with the Stargate finishing up, if the Mothership Core doesn't recall, is it going to be able to get back in time to like help with a photon overcharge? I guess if he's only defending one base because he has 3 gateways and a Twilight Council and going for Blink, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, probably not. He'll definitely... Oh, I like this hallucination. I don't think herO has done any, you know, scouting himself. No, he has not. That was his first indication. But it's kind of for naught, as he does scout the Twilight Council in the far back there with the Phoenix.
Yeah, and so something that happened in the last game that really helped out herO was he sent in the Oracle right when San actually had whipped in Stalkers. Oh.
Whoops, my bad. A little bit of light pressure right
He's-
now, but it'll quickly turn into something a little bit more. As 2, 3 more warp gates
Mhm.
cycles are used. This Oracle didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, this time Son actually has the units warped in. You remember the last game? I mean, there was the warp gates were just used, so he used a photon overcharge, and he couldn't actually defend his main base. So he lost a lot of money. He sold like at least 10 probes that time. This time he's more than prepared and has those units already in place. But forces out the photon overcharge, the natural. Gonna take a couple shots on those stalkers, but gets out of there with the majority of them.
Hero's first level might seem odd, but he really didn't want him to have high ground vision. Now he'll have high ground vision no matter what. The militia core right there.
Yeah.
But I think he has just barely
Ooh.
enough. He's going to take down the militia core, which is very important. That was the high ground vision, the only high ground vision. But I don't know if he has enough stalkers. The militia core is like 13 seconds away from his own photon overcharge. He needs to buy time until that immortal pops out in the photon overcharge. Then he'd be completely safe. But he's losing all his stalkers where all that happens.
Oh god, this is going to be very, very difficult because, look, at this point, even if the Immortal pops out, or Photon Overcharge gets thrown down, the Stalker's going to actually probably go to the natural expansion and start picking off probes over there. But no, they're going to... Okay, yeah, they are going to retreat over to the natural expansion.
Yeah, that's another place where Photon Overcharge doesn't exist again, and there's not enough to buffer that Immortal to bring down there. He's got to give it up. Now, does this mean they're both back on one base, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Just really all those Stalkers dying without... I think they only got one Stalker, and barely that. There's great Blink Micro Poisson. And yeah, the army is just looking so good right now.
Son actually pushing on forward, warped into Sentry, so I thought he was maybe going to go for a contain, but it looks like he's feeling good enough to keep pressuring. Needs to be very careful with that Sentry, though, if he does want to keep that option available to him and just go for his own expansion.
Yeah, looks like the Oracle did die from herO without getting much done. It is just entirely based on this, and that was one thing that happened that last game that made him survive as long as he did, but the Immortals are not being targeted down, the Blink is being used in defense, maybe it's just going to be barely enough to hold on, they're going down pretty fast!
Oh, he managed to pick off a majority of the units? He's going to barely win because no more Immortals on the way! There's no Immortals on the way!
Oh, but he can always pull probes, he does have 3 to give away until it's perfectly even. Oh, but Blink Stalker's just gonna win out. Like, it's plain as that. The production's the same, but the tech is better.
Well, actually, there's 4 gateways out for Son, so
Oh,
he might
okay.
not have a great economy to actually utilize them all at this point. I mean, it's been going on for a while, but still, he should actually be in a great position. Oh, nice snipe off over there by herO, but I mean, with the Zealots in the mix, this makes it even infinitely more difficult.
Yep, GG. Son takes it 2-1 and will go on to face Classic? Question mark?
Question mark? Really